Итак, всем привет, мы начинаем играть в диско Elysium. Так, это какие-то подсказки. Ладно, я думаю, мы об этом узнаем потом, наверное. Управление, короче, да. Понятно. Аж. Принять. Понятно. Ну-ка, стоп. Да, выйти. Ладно, пожалуй, не надо туда закрыть. Что, новая игра, да? Ага. Архетип. Невероятно умен, плохо в общении с людьми, знает. Ага. Способность рассуждать. Плюс энциклопедия какая-то. Физические способности. Угу. Медиум имеет развитые психологические способности, обаятельный, но неуравновешенный, может начать терять рассудок. Интеллект на единичке. Спортсмен отлично развит физически, взаимодействует с окружающим миром, используя свое тело исполнительный, но тупой. Давайте создать попробуем. Так, теперь подумаем. Сколько у меня очков? Физиология гениальна. Ну-ка. Больше в физиологию нельзя вложиться. Интеллект ужасный, интеллект слабо. Сколько вы эмоционально восприимчивы? Мыслительные способности, насколько вы умны. Моторика, ваше восприятие и реакция, насколько вы проворны. Опять в психику. Слабо-слабо и физиология гениальна, да? Давайте отлично. Интеллект повысим. Может на пятерке оставить физиологию, так и оставить? Я думаю, можно бы. Вот так вот играть нормально будет, как думаете? Ну, то есть мы играем, по-моему, за какого-то детектива, но психика на двойке это, конечно, не очень, да? Ладно, давайте так попробуем. Что так много всего? Навыки какие-то еще, информация. Ой, как много читать. Сейчас подумаем, да? Я понимаю, я могу вложить только 3 очка, да? Или что? Он всего 3 стоит или что? Нет, я могу по 3 вложить, да. Каждая энциклопедия. Интересно. Риторика. Диванным политиком. Понятно. Объяснение, что надо повысить на более высокий уровень, чем на единичку, да? Смотрите, но не дайте обмануть себя. Ну, думаю, вот драму я не возьму. Зачем? Ну, не думаю, что надо врать особо. Концептуализация. Так. Концепцию хардкора. А, тут есть режим хардкора, да. Я по достижениям листал. Даже непонятно, что это. Находить свежие ассоциации, анализировать различные концепции. Искусство какое-то, не знаю, быть... Хотел слово сказать, но забыл. Визуальный анализ. Восстанавливайте события на месте преступления, заставьте законы физики работать на вас. Что за читы? Я же еще вот это все читать. Виктория полета. Короче, как и в Детройте, да. При помощи Конора, можно так сказать. Так, ну-ка. Напомните мне, логика, да? Ну, смотрите, я думаю взять либо логику, либо энциклопедию, но, возможно, и визуальный анализ. Разложите мир по полочкам. Ага. Стойте, это выбор из всего? Я думал, их тут несколько будет. Обратно далее. Ой. Держите себя в руках, восстанавливайте боевой дух. То есть про максимум имели в виду это 6, да? Равновешенным копом не склонным к самоубийству. Разговаривать со своей одеждой. Шизиком сделать его. Это тоже неплохо. Авторитет. А тут не написано, что будет, если низкий уровень. Так-то есть небольшое описание, но ладно. Внушение. Так, ну и сила. Самые высокие параметры. Ну еще моторика, конечно. Болевой порог. Двери, цепи и кости. Давайте пока что вот так вот установим. Держите удар, не дайте себе прикончить. Электрохимия. Ну наркомана какого-то сделать из него. Сверхъестественная способность. Так, моторика. Что для стрельбы, да? Ну, вот это вот у меня кулаками махать, вот это вот оружием пользоваться лучше. Тут он хочет убивать. Скорость реакции. В кого? От кулаков, ножей и пуль. От пуль как? Как он собрался от пули уклоняться? Не знаю, не зря ли я беру грубую силу, потому что, возможно, тут будет больше дальних боев на огнестрельном оружии. Ну ладно. Швеция. Ладно, попробуем с грубой силой, наверное, да? Помните мне? Ага. Давайте.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. Yes, it is.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness.
Давай, я не знаю.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone. Do
Нет,
you
пожалуй.
really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Успех.
there's this giant ball there? And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them, infinitesimally small. You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large. Vying for resources is just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose.
Давай.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
А я мог что-то там еще сделать? Блин. Чили на расслабоне, просто что еще сказать. Накачанности не видно особо. Так. Передвигаться на мышку, да? Ага. Быстрое сохранение, меню паузы, передвижение, страница персонажа. Ага, это вот это. Очки навыков можно получать. Что за звуки глистов каких-то? Шкафчик мыслей. Непонятно, что это. Что тут? А, вот тут можно вот так открыть. Так, что там еще есть? Журнал, карта, действие, выделить. Карту нельзя пока открыть. Так, журнал на G. Журнал тоже нельзя открыть. Так, клоун. И выделить еще можно что-то. О, хорошо, можно выделить предметы. Минус эквилибристика плюс электрохимия, да ты чё? Оказывается, предметы тоже повышают.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Так, вон там дверь. Ну давайте все осмотрим. Не будем же мы выходить голым еще. Там еще галстук крутится. Плюс полицейская волна. Здоровье 5. Боевой дух 2. Ха.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Ну-ка, подожди, я вернуться могу, да? Так, ну давайте попробуем сейчас эквилибристику. Ну, наверное, вентилятор как-то остановить можно просто. Ну, штаны сними, пожалуйста. Ага. Вот так вот.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One
42.
ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. You swoop up and catch the
Повезло.
tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity.
Опять
Don't
успех.
overreact. The lights are off.
Ладно. А правую кнопку мыши снимать. Живое воображение. Плюс концептуализация, минус внушение. Концептуализация. Может без рубашки ходить просто, вот и все. Сомнительная амбре, одежда как способ заявить о себе. Пахнут, ладно. Классно.
A
Зеркало.
mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yours. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards the
Сейчас руку
surface of
обожжет
the
от
mirror.
пара. Или что там, горячая вода?
Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold,
Ну, мужик, да. Бухой.
you have no
Алкаш
idea
какой-то, ну ладно.
who this thing is, do you? Too
No.
late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You should check yourself for a pulse, superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. You find no sign of life on your
Oh, but-
swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive, for now.
3%, 17%. А я могу потом к нему вернуться, да, по идее?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom
Oh.
wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Ее можно будет выбрать снова. Да?
Like the rest of you, it
Неудача,
comes
ну
from a
да.
bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know.
А,
for
потратить
now.
очки навыков. Да блин, а я не думал, что так будет. Бутылками из-под вина, пива и ликеров. Так, ну дверь еще какая-то есть. Ну ща, давайте комнату до конца осмотрим. Ой, вот это он выглядит. Прям. Ага. Обувь. Зеленая туфля левая, а правая где? Так, забыл, как инвентарь открыть. А где правая обувь? Ну ладно. Пойдем в ту комнату. Окно разбито.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the
Изнутри.
inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a
Выкинул
projectile
что-то.
than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony. The cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the
0
cold.
очков опыта. Так, понедельник. Угу. Стоп. Тут написано крокодиловый. Ну ладно. Они разные, типа, у него. Одна из змеиной, вторая из крокодиловой кожи. Что, не открывается? О, у него на правую кнопку мыши мысли какие-то открываются. Ну, что-то я пропустил это. Ну ладно, не хочет он это открывать. Все нормально, стал ходить. Лос 11 градусов, дождь. На столе что-то есть. Опа, 40 центов. Реалов. Окей. Реалы. Эквилибристика и внушение у меня -1. Ой, я вышел. Ну, за туфлей, да? Ау. Под запахом моря становится удобно. А, во. А как она тут оказалась на балконе? Как она ее сюда выкинула, ладно.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously green and like two baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now.
Понятно. Плюс одно самообладание, минус эквилибристика. Снова. Почему? Ладно. Ладно, отсюда не поговорим. Все, теперь выгляжу как статный мужчина, вполне себе. С 2 туфлями.
Hello, officer.
Почему начальник? Она сказала офицер вроде, ну ладно. Март 51-го года. Попытался открыть своими ключами, но...
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
No.
А, ну ладно.
Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well... You've been here for 3 days. On official police business. No, couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking. Could it be because of the drinking? Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Ладно.
Of course.
Пытаться не будем, пожалуй.
Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off.
Goodbye.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the lip. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. Good. Thinking
Думать не
about
хочу.
yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best. And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to get plus. Smoking then gives massive bonuses.
Блин, заставил меня покурить, надо было сразу уйти. Я захотел с ним поговорить. К ней не будем, пожалуй, да, подходить. Комплимент. Ну ладно, идем отсюда. Вниз. Так, а где я? Ага. Понял. Что, попробовать попеть, да?
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast oceanic soul. Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul come through a PA system by other people, whether they like it or
Успех.
not.
Сумма.
Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Радостное или стенание? Ну давай
Serves them
говорить
right.
стенание, а тогда уж
Wipe that
стенание.
smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage.
Понятно. Эта миссия получше, чем выкурить пачку. Лучше делать, когда в баре больше народа. Окей. Поговорим.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. A
Еще
competent
морской
work of
птицы.
taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why
Понятно.
don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3, Sylvie tends the bar here. Not she just, you know.
Ладно. Понедельник. Плюс одно здоровье. Предмет, восстанавливающий здоровье. Ну где он? Непонятно. Меня обманули. На предмет. Так, это лестница. Кухня. Да? Хорошо, хоть меня сейчас не заставили пить ее. Так, ну-ка. Я захотел окно прикрыть. Ага.
He looks one with the table. It would take quite some effort to wake him up.
Успех.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Давайте разбудим.
You gently shake his
Неудача.
shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep
Ладно,
soundly.
я тогда
in a
таблетки
the
возьму на
man
руку.
does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've
Ладно,
just
таблетки
picked up some
своего мужика.
magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character
понятно.
portrait. Use magnesium to heal.
Вот это магний. Вот это здоровье. Окей.
The worker
А вот
is
вставать
in a
надо
deep
было.
slumber.
Мне грубо силы не хватило, чтобы разбудить мужика просто. Ага. Можно меня обойти?
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you
Ну ладно, все-таки
teary-eyed
да.
with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe
Нет. Понятно.
Hello, sweetie.
Шина
You
криптозоолога.
shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Понятно. А так, чё, коллега, я пошел через дверь, все, я на выход, давай. Пока. Ну, ладно, давай поговорим.
a bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Look, as you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in goodbye.
Hello. I'm Kim
Вообще
Kitsuragi,
не пожимать.
Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the...
You realize he is waiting for your name.
Придумать себе имя. Давайте лучше правду скажем.
Okay, then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Нет.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Good. But even if you
это
haven't,
была
we'll have
шутка.
time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case.
Ну
Have you
ладно.
removed the dead body from the tree? Mm-hmm. So, the body is still in the tree.
Тело просто на дереве висит. Это та
This
Сильвия,
is
о
the
которой он
first
говорил.
time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done
Владельцем
talking
тела?
to the...
What a shame.
Опять
Get to
успех.
it now. Rip that body down from the tree.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby.
A painkiller would be good about now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine. They won't have that, so cigarettes will have to do.
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your... I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
Понятно.
We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. But first, we have to take it down. After it's been up in a tree for that long, any kind of ripping is inadvisable. After you, officer.
О, у нас двое.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever, by
Понятно. Так, ой, как много всего. Сообщите о том, что потеряли удостоверение. Сообщение о том, что мне надо сходить в аптеку, не появилось, да? Ну ладно.
Yes?
Сходим.
What do you want to know? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
Понятно.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecile cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from to find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, all we know is that the tone was there's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city. That's right. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Что за вопросы?
I'm relieved that you agree. Anyhow, let's get back to the case. Was there anything else you want? Good.
No response. He just arches his brow.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your...
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the
Время-то
investigation,
идет.
what do you want to know? What do you mean? I have no idea what you...
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather
Rudimentarian.
rudimentary.
I can't say that it does, no.
The lieutenant produces his small blue... We all have our different mediums. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
No.
The lieutenant nods.
Зачем до него докапываться с этим?
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière. That's correct.
That makes him a Beano-clad, completely uncopped material, if you say so yourself.
Are they? They're mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good, normal peer yourself.
Ой.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the jump. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers. I don't know. Containers contain, I guess.
Ура, мы договорили. Так, теперь с ней.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache
Oh,
and
хоть
your
кому-то
chiseled
нравится.
jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. You
Спасибо.
must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when...
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. Oh my. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located? We're in the city of Revachol, dear. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a... Speaking of history, you know what year it is,
973.
yes?
Весна 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen.
О,
Knowledge.
ручку
Her relief
подарила.
is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there. but now she relaxes.
Я
her
узнал
shoulders.
об этом по календарю.
Outside, the melting snow seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground,
I can
Понятно.
tell that this is taxing
Как
for
много
you, so I'll
вопросов.
just ask one more question.
Форма
What
правления.
regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Ну там какой-то, что там, профсоюз, да? Возможно, вот это, кстати, как раз. Не
No.
знаю.
Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a
А,
zone of
все-таки иностранные,
control
ну, ладно.
under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in River, but we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a.
she's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better. You were doing quite well up until the end, dear. It does look like you're having trouble,
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his.
but maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry. Someone more educated in sweep.
No. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either.
Of course. Then I don't know.
Знаете,
Someone rich,
правда,
maybe?
реальность.
Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
It seems to me that you lucked out with your partner. He has the look of an upstanding officer of the law. Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited
Wow,
or no
энциклопедия
ability to
сработала.
use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
Ну-ка
No,
спросим.
dear. I'm not quite that old. Although I was injured in the line of duty. Nothing so glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoot. You'd think it would be a
Этажил бы
safe
по
job,
почте.
but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway. Of
Всё,
course,
arrivederci.
dear. Good luck with your case.
Ура, мы договорились с ней. Так, что мы теперь делаем? Там мужик сам не встал, интересно. Ну-ка. Видимо, что нет. Да?
The worker is in a deep
О,
slumber.
можно спросить.
No idea. Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates. Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor. There's not much to do aside from drinking and sleep.
Понятно. О чем-нибудь еще поговорим?
Yes?
Нет. Так, что там? Посмотрите тело жертвы. Угу. Угу. Богачи. Так, давайте с барменом поговорим. С кафетерием, управляющим кафетерием, вот.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Fantastic.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report it.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is...
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need direct...
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that...
I didn't imply that. Detective,
Кто я?
I have everything. You?
Yes, yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would? She went away because none of your business. Oh my god, what is your obsession with this Sylvie
А
person?
он так и не ответил.
Get over it. Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
Suddenly you tense up. Blood is being pushed to your muscles. You should hound him on this.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I don't appreciate this. What is... Do I have to answer him?
The lieutenant stands motionless, his expression
What are you, an idiot? I told you I haven't killed anyone.
He ignores you. More. Press on. Push through.
Ну давай.
Fuck you, man.
That's enough.
Thank you ever so much.
Опыт! Ради опыта смог.
Let's go.
Not so
Высосал его
fast.
просто.
You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
Понятно.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, what are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Are you serious? From your work? I don't know, you can...
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to be... If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need... Yes, it is. No, you see, That's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Combat,
центы.
yes.
The cafeteria manager stands silently. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his...
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union's squeezing most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home.
В Джемроке.
I'm
Попробуем
sorry I
потом.
couldn't help more. You should take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car, okay?
Good luck.
Удачи. Угу.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank,
Ладно, все-таки он
and this
его не
place
знает.
sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. You don't really know, do you? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some
Там
addresses in
второй
your
вариант
head
был топ
when you
просто.
get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Я надеюсь, он не будет на меня ругаться, что я это... Ой. Время исследования 6 часов. Давай потом. Ручка с доброй зеленой. Ага. 1 реал или 135? Наверное, 1. Не думаю, что ручка стоит 135 реалов. Сколько за 4 ночи выплатить? Все, идем на выход. О, он бегать может. Они бегать могут. А, мы на второй этаж с тобой не поднялись, слушай, мужик. Может, на второй этаж с тобой сходить? Поговорим там о чем-нибудь. Давай, давай, давай. Скоро 10 утра уже будет. Надо труп снять с дерева будет. Давно уже, как бы. Ну-ка, опросить ее надо.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. A
Душ.
tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is closed.
Ну, короче, там душ. Не надо. Опа. А тут что-то еще есть? Не смотреть на сломанную дверь в
The
ванную.
bed is cold and not particularly inviting.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night
После
after 9 p.m.
21:00.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your
Так, все, вот
Kim
так.
also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all
No problem, officer.
Так, а что, кстати, по опыту у меня? Ага. То есть я пока это не могу получить. Не хватает еще 30 очков опыта, да? Всего лишь-то. Ну да, видимо так. Не знаю, кстати, что я буду прокачивать следующим. Грубую силу. Или может что-нибудь еще. Если я могу что-нибудь еще, кроме грубой силы, вообще прокачивать. Вот это вот интересно. Все, на выход, на выход. Так. Ага. Мне сказали туда вроде идти, да? Ладно, давайте... О, это его мотокарета, да?
before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is the Kupris Kinema, my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you'd like. The Kupris motorcar does provide most of our patrol vehicles, yes. Yes, sorry about that. The Kupris Kinema.
He says it with very badly concealed pride. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the frequency tableau lights up, and a green button labeled the soft purr of electrical kittens.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer.
Сильвия. Интересно, смогут ли они перевести на какую-то Сильвию, не пойми. Ну ладно.
10-2, 10-5, this is 41st, come in, over. 10-4, what's your status? Over. 10-18, 10-20, over. State your message, sir, over. 10-9, repeat message, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very...
1022, the captain. This sounds bad. Bad and scary.
Is it him? What does he want? Says he lost his badge and needs to report it. He what? He lost his badge? Who lost his badge?
Ой.
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
О, имя! Узнали имя!
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would
Понятно.
not lose his badge. Defend
Теперь
yourself
Дик Малин.
immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen. Oh goddamn it! Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's... Satellite Officer Vikmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire state.
Mullen dicked us.
He's asking you to stop.
Of course it's serious.
Satellite Officer Vikmar concurs, losing your badge is serious. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this.
What's going on?
Supercop here lost it.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge. He asks you to please stop saying he lost his...
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost. Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it... No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Эх, ну опять врать про то, что не потерял пистолет, потом... Не.
10-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat please. Over.
-1 ты не дал ответ, но уже
10-9,
все.
come in, officer. Over. Come in, officer. 10-9, repeat message please. Did you misplace your... He says he doesn't have it.
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my.
This isn't really a laugh.
Mac can face a giant of cocoa noodle by himself.
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his... I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering.
Now is a good time to say fuck and ass and so on. That'll make this all right.
That's a negative. Not going.
What's he saying? Share with the...
He said he sodomized you.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. Some nerve. Sure her vanilla waffles were the only thing he... Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. This is my mom we're talking. Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims that you made about his mother. Over.
Ладно.
He says he's sorry and didn't mean nothing by it.
Okay.
Tell him to find his goddamn badge and gun. Satellite officer. 10-4, affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his firearm.
Oh, God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over. 10-4, I hear you. What does he want now? He's asking for money. Is he fuck? I don't think he is. Don't give that asshole a... Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says he's in trouble, doesn't... Well, I guess he'd better crack the case.
До заката... Ой, время-то идет.
He says it's important to... He isn't getting a... Request denied, sir.
Nothing is working.
Понятно. Ну, это не стоит, это еще унижение.
Okay.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. Be smart about this.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
Один ли он?
That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12 here. Over. 10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over. Sir, I will not have you talk to me in this manner. Over. What? What is it? He seems intoxicated and keeps it.
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics. What? What is it? He wants to verify...
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force.
Tell him to stop wasting time. What do you need, sir?
А вы чё, помочь не можете нормально, а?
10. Excuse me, sir? Over. No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed things were... 10-4, well, that's... Does he actually want something, or is he help? He asked if he ever told me... For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to... Sir, Satellite Officer Vic So, was there anything else? Understood, sir. Over.
Ничего не рассказали? А позвоните теперь Сильве не могу, типа, так сказать.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is her number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 00...
Received. Hold on, officer.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer.
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Let's just say I left the... You know whom?
Понятно.
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. No? Not me. What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the court. No one calls the police. the Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
I didn't want to...
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
I didn't know I had to report it.
The fucking nerves on her. Trying to hide behind weakness. You're a god.
Так, оп.
You can almost hear the girl getting smaller on the other end of the line. Until...
No.
Блин, теперь не могу спросить
I honestly
про удостоверение и
don't know.
пистолет.
It was someone else.
Ну ладно, думаю, что
We'll
она не
find them
знала бы.
sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Okay. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. You told me back in the whirling. You told everybody. Oh, no.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way.
А
Where's
форма?
yours? Yes, you absolutely should.
Получен урон
It's
по
awful
боевому
that you
духу.
lost it.
Блин, надо было сказать, что у Кима ее тоже все-таки нет.
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your... Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun detective. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and...
Sounds like it's going to be bad. Do you really want to?
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making soup.
People tried to back away from you, or even slip out of the door. But you screamed, I am the goddamned law, and you have to listen to me. You are all suspects in a murder investigation.
Me neither.
Но это, я думаю, тоже понизит боевой дух.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, big bucks cannot lie. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Довел ее до слез.
Yes,
Повезло?
you have obviously done something to upset her at the whirling.
I'm not
Возможно,
mad.
из-за
Just-
пистолета, да?
You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit. The stuffed bird, the great skua, you threw it against the wall while I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. It was a pretty bird, there since I started working in whirling. I really liked her. You call her? Yes, obviously. You were the worst clown. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2. Well, you were worse than all of them. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys. And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke. The ones damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers.
She's worried she might have accidentally done something bad.
Especially when there's a hurricane loose, it's your fault for...
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I know I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened. All sorts of things. From disco, rock too. Which one would that be? Sad? I think the one you mean is the smallest church in San.
Interesting. You still have to find it, however. You hear a sigh of relief on the other.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? It will take just a moment.
Her voices fade out.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing
Gottlieb?
a piece of hard
А, он
candy.
Готлиб. Ну ладно.
Oh, it's you. With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, and what else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look at the...
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me. Who? You are? You lost your human visage.
Имя мне новое надо придумать, да, теперь?
Visit. I've got more important things. What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking,
Магний,
eat
магний это у
magnesium,
нас
and
вот это,
vitamin
да.
D. Our station is not a retirement home.
И витамин D, это,
We don't have
возможно,
the
вот это, я не
funds
помню,
to
что я
deal with
подобрал там.
rock stars past their...
So it's political. You're being neglected because of
Неудача.
political The money is probably going to some old, oily...
And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do.
It's not fucking cryo-acta latte. It's super glue.
And you survived it.
Sort of. But by God, does it burning.
Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have chronic trouble.
Ну ладно, не особо что выяснили.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57, over.
In the cabin, you see
Маким
a
вообще
set
ничего не
of
сказал.
steering levers, a radio, a metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long...
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Cold and heavy, like truth. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your... It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the last...
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the...
Translation. We're not going anywhere. Alternative translation. Don't even think you could drive my
Понятно.
MC.
Все, мы отошли от машины. Ох, автосохранение. Ну давайте мы пока что на этом остановимся. Что же, всем пока.